Today we're here with OnlyFans sensation turned boxing influencer inspiration, Elle Brooke,
Hi everyone.
aka the baby bomber.
Yes, I am.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's crappy weather today,
Beautiful
as you
house.
know. Beautiful house, absolute awful weather for May.
It is.
Oh, we're so British, aren't we? We're talking about the weather.
Yeah, already.
I know.
You've already been in the gym today.
Yeah,
Been
trained at 12.
Yeah.
And now I'm here. I had to wash my hair and I knew you guys were coming round, so I was stressing out. I was like, ah!
Sorry
But we made it.
Yeah, we've done it. And now, so you've been fighting recently against Miss Olyinka, who's pretty much about 8 inches taller than you, I think. But nonetheless,
Yes.
you are 3-0 undefeated.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels good. I think, I think for all boxers, having that perfect record has so much pressure on it. And being 3-0 now is, it's good. And that's all in under a year. So I'm staying pretty active. And I might have got 2 fights within the next 3 to 4 months. So tons of boxing. My whole life now it's boxing.
Yeah. You're in the gym most days a week, training hard. But your last fight, you didn't. Well, the previous fight didn't last very long. You knocked your opponent out. This time you went the distance.
Yeah.
You look like you're always enjoying it though. You look like you want more.
Yeah, I think I have that spite in me that I'm just I want to hurt someone. I like punching people. But yeah, no, I was definitely a bit defeated, but I did my best and it was still 5 full rounds.
Exactly, yeah.
So a lot learned.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, with the Faith fight, that was amazing because it finished within the first round. But did I actually learn anything? No. So it's good to have tough fights and fights that you just walk through people, but it's all a learning curve.
Yeah, when you're fighting someone so much taller than you,
yes.
How does that make things different for you? You're punching upwards to them, obviously. Do you prefer that, or would you rather be punching downwards at people?
I think I've been training for someone that's taller because Faith is obviously a lot taller than me. But Ola was just mega aggressive and mega game. And I think that I definitely underestimated her. So it was hard being in the ring. And I was like, oh, damn, I'm getting hit a lot, even though they didn't hurt or, they were just taps. It definitely made me think. And I think where she was so tall, Faith never really pushed me back. So if Ola was pushing me back and I went back, I was getting hit because she's so tall. I was just in reach the whole time. So definitely need to learn to move left and right rather than forward and back.
Would you feel like uppercuts and those kind of punches you've been working on in the gym and ones that you're going to use to your advantage going forwards?
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think my game plan with Ola was always go to the body, but I just, in the fight, I had tunnel vision. I was like, I just want to knock her out. I'm going to go for her head. Yeah. So in hindsight, I know what I need to learn and inspire recently. I'm definitely moving up down the body a lot more. So it's all a learning curve. You can't be perfect in less than a year.
Yeah,
so
3 fights. Can't expect to just know it all like that. But
exactly.
What inspired you to get into boxing in the first place?
Yeah, just the promotion DM'd me and I was like, yeah, why not? Okay, cool. I think I was a bit hesitant at first because I honestly have no idea about boxing. I'm casual fan at best. But oh my god, Anthony Joshua's fighting tonight because he's hot, not that or the most hyped fights of Fury or someone like that. I very much wasn't a casual fighter. I couldn't tell you a middleweight other than Canelo, but I was very casual. So and it's something that's taken over my life now, and 6 days a week in the gym constantly.
So you haven't dipped your toe in, you've gone straight in the deep end, really.
Yeah, it was definitely sink or swim. And first day I met Mark Tibbs, he would maybe do this PE test, a fitness test to see whether he would train me or not. So he definitely threw me in the deep end. I was sparring within 2-3 weeks, and I was like, oh gosh. And the girl I was sparring was absolutely huge. So
quite intimidating then, but you don't show any fear in the ring, obviously. You keep coming forwards. You felt like you're going to be knocked down at any point so far, or have you feel like you're the aggressor all the time?
I feel like I'm the aggressor, but I've never been hit hard enough to think, or my legs have crumbled or anything like that yet. Hopefully that's not the aim, but I think it's short rounds, isn't it? So I just haven't been tested to that extent yet. I'm still fighting people that don't really know how to perfect punch yet.
Right, but your next fight, I'm not sure how far away that is now. A few weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or
Yeah,
yeah.
the date got changed.
Oh, did it?
So it's the 1st of July.
Ah, it got put back.
Yeah, so it's 7 weeks, I think. So it's a little bit longer, which is good because you've got longer to prep for your opponent. And it's good because we can see how she fights. With my other opponents, like, there is no footage on them on the internet. Like, you have no idea how wild they are. Whereas now,
she's Brazilian, right? Julie Popper.
Yeah, she's Brazilian and she's big and she's tough. But she's a southpaw, and so you know how to prepare for people like that.
You said this will be the biggest women's influencer boxing match in history, and I think it's clear to see that there's going to be a big crowd, going to be lots of people watching online. Yeah, it's exciting times. And you excited about it? You obviously, yeah.
Yeah, no, of course I'm excited about it. I think that it's gonna be, I think what I've learned from my last fight is like, do not underestimate your opponent. So this time I'm like, Julie's gonna be the hardest MF ever. She's gonna be so tough. She's dangerous. I need to be alert and on my toes and, you know, keep focused. Because if I don't, she's big and, you know, bad things might happen to me.
This is it.
Yeah, no, it's going to be big because, you know, she's got 1.5 million followers, and the Brazilians, as per last Kingpyn, are absolutely wild and they're diehard fans. So, you know, I expect to be booed on my walkout.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah, even
yeah,
the real fans there as well.
100%. Yeah. But I mean, in Ireland, it might be a bit different, but, you know, the Brazilians all come out. They've got a combined following of over like 60 million. So,
okay, yeah, that is
very famous.
Fighting Barbie in the other semi-final, I believe. So if she wins and you win, there's a chance, that you could fight your sister in the final. How does your family feel about that prospect?
I mean, they don't mind. I think that when we were younger, we were a lot more violent to each other, and now we get to wear gloves. Well, hey, it's a bit safer. So it's all business, and I think, there's no animosity. I don't think there's going to be any bad blood, but you know, there's a prize to be won. And you bet that me and my sister are ultra competitive. Right. But yeah, my mum hasn't been like, oh, I think that's a bad idea. I think at the time she's going to be like, if it ever happens, you know, like, ooh, ooh.
She'll be there at ringside watching, I presume.
100%. I actually said to the organisers, like, I think it'd be really funny if you could, you know, if you could like press the red button to have like a family view, like a live screen, because I think that's going to be somewhat more interesting than the fight. Like, imagine watching your family's reaction.
That's what we need to do. Yeah, get that on split screen. So you've got the fight on the side.
No, you're going to be like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, because remember the Klitschko brothers, Vladimir and Vitaly. Their mum said that she never wanted them to fight. But I suppose that's a bit different, isn't it? Because the damage they can do is maybe a little bit different. But you guys, obviously, it will still be a family warfare.
100, and we're in 12 ounces, so you know no one's going to get seriously hurt.
That's true. How do you feel about the prospect of fighting Barbie if she beats your sister, like avenging her defeat, or...
Yeah. I think it's going to be annoying because, you know, in influencer boxing, she's going to turn around and be like, well, I beat your sister and I'm going to come for you. And I think that's going to be something that I've got to try and not let get under my skin. And I've got to try not get too emotional. Because imagine if, you know, I think too much like, about revenge and that kind of thing. I just need to think about winning. I don't need to think about avenging my sister or anything like that. I need to focus on myself. Like, as annoying as and hard as it's going to be, that's the kind of thing that I need to keep telling myself.
Yeah, fair enough. Just it's business, not personal, right?
Even with Barbie, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, but like, I haven't seen too much of Barbie, but she seems quite intimidating, like with all the
looks wise.
Yeah, tattoos and makeup. But is that that's just obviously just to put you off your game plan, right?
Yeah, I think that if you actually hear her speak and that kind of thing, and behind the scenes, like, she's very soft. She's not intimidating. She's not, you know, like scary in terms of body language or anything like that. I think she knows the aim in terms of like trash talk, but no, I don't find her intimidating at all. I just think if she was my size, she'd be crap. The only thing that she does have is obviously a huge weight and size advantage, but I keep telling myself,
you've handled the height advantage already. So
she's
that's not a problem.
Exactly. She's just a lot bigger and she just loves like an uppercut. So you know, it'll be interesting if she does win against my sister, which I think my sister's got this. But, you know, my sister's very similar build to me. So I can think, what do I need to do that, if I win, obviously, that my sister didn't for me to get that win? Because we're very similar builds.
Yeah, you can learn a lot from that fight. But touch wood, your sister comes through and then it's the Brooke battle in the final. That's
I think that's the best case scenario because, you know, the winner or the loser or that, like, we're going to be... two of the best in the tournament, so it shows, damn, they've got some crazy bloodline, they've got some crazy genes or mentality.
Has she been boxing as long as you, or did she start before you? I'm not sure the timeline.
No, she's brand new to this. She only had 6 weeks before her first fight.
Right.
So the fact she won that, like, she's completely gassed, and
yeah,
she's ecstatic. And you know, I think she doesn't put too much pressure on herself. Like, she knows that she's been training the least, and Amber had been training over a year. So she's like, damn, I can beat Amber with 6 weeks training. Like, the world is my oyster.
Sky's the limit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's inspirational stuff. Other OnlyFans models that have ventured into the world of boxing as well, Astrid Wet being one.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying that that's kind of like the potential mega fight, you know?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, and how do you feel about her in general?
Yeah, I think I would absolutely love that fight. I think that fight would be the female version of Jake and KSI. You can't get any deeper than that, because not only is there, you know, beef and we don't really like each other, there's a fight that got cancelled, so no one ever got to see it. So it's highly anticipated, and I'd love to take her belt. Like, I'd absolutely love to, but right now we both have our different journeys. I have the tournament, and she's got to keep defending her title and keeping that belt, because in an ideal world, I'll keep winning, she keeps winning, I'll perhaps win a belt at my weight, and then we could have this mega fight down the line. That would be the best case scenario.
That's the dream, yeah. That's
yeah.
And you got the football angle as well. She's a big Chelsea supporter.
Yeah.
You yourself are a huge Manchester City supporter.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Our brands are so similar, and that's why when I DM'd her asking for the boxing match in the first place, it was so ideal, because we are so similar. Yeah. But yeah, I don't hate her, but I'd absolutely love to fight her.
It's quite irritating, isn't she?
Yeah, I find her really irritating. And she does things on the internet just to wind me up. Like, she filmed me on the last, on my Misfits public workout, like filming me. And she was like calling me a man. I was like, oh my God, I hate you. But yeah, no, it's you know, she just exists on this world to wind me up. This is why I exist, to take her belt.
I think that's what the people want to see as well.
Exactly.
But yeah, plenty of time for that down the line. In terms of professional boxing, I presume you must watch quite a lot of it nowadays, having gone from like a, as you said, like a kind of casual fan to now boxing obsessive, would you call yourself? Or
100%. All I do is box. Like, I've given up my life for boxing. I used to be like a party girl and go out on the weekends, and I used to live for like a holiday. I used to live for Ibiza. Now I'm like, my life is cancelled, mega cancelled. What plans have I got? Nothing. And my friends are going out, and I don't want to go out with my friends because I'm not drinking, so I don't enjoy it as much anymore. And you know, like, I'm not sitting there and being like, oh, my life's crap or anything like that, because it is my choice and I want to do this. But yeah, it's just taken it over completely.
So the dedication, like, people got to respect that, right? And it must, for you, seeing the improvement in your own kind of fitness and boxing skills week on week must make you want to do it more, I presume.
Yeah, 100%. And I think sometimes, like, you always forget how far you've come. Like, to me now, I'm still crap, because I'm around such good boxers like Ebony and all the others in the gym. I'm like, oh man, I'm still awful. But these are professionals that have been doing it absolutely years, and I've been only doing it a year. So, you know, I'm too hard on myself. Like, I definitely am. So
break hell.
I know. I need to like look back at some footage and think, oh damn.
Yeah, like the before and after.
Exactly. And I think when you're new, you're learning so quickly as well. Like, the professionals in a year, like, how much do they learn in a year? Because they're already such a good caliber. Whereas like someone new, they're learning all the time and they're picking it up quickly.
Do you get to see much of Katie Taylor? She's fighting in Dublin next month against Chantelle Cameron. It's going to be a big match in terms of ladies boxing. Yeah,
no, I'm super excited. I'm not going, but I wish I was. I don't think I'm going anyway. And, you know, I'm friends with Chantelle Cameron. I spoke to her for quite a bit. And it's her belts, right? And Katie Taylor's having to go up. But I think that Chantelle's a lot bigger than Katie Taylor. Like, Katie's not very big. So I think that she's definitely going to have the advantage, in my opinion.
She's, diminutive character, but in terms of everything she's achieved in boxing, you can't really say much fairer than that.
Katie Taylor's an inspiration. Like, the fact, like, she went into the amateurs as a boy, didn't she? Like, pretend to be a boy. Like, wrote down a different name or something. And then, like, in Ireland, it was like illegal to box as a female. Like, that's crazy how much everything's changed. So yeah, she's a pioneer in women's boxing. Like, you can't think of anyone, if you think of like the greatest of all time, you're gonna think of Katie Taylor at the moment.
Someone that's in her mid-30s now, you're a decade younger.
Yeah.
Do you envisage yourself kind of following her path in a way, or like, hopefully, well, where do you see it going from here?
Here, ooh, you know, perhaps I'd be more like a Fabio Wardley.
Right.
You know, like he's had a few, I think he had like 10 white collar fights, then went professional. Like Katie Taylor had an absolutely outstanding amateur career. Like I can never compare to that. Like I didn't start boxing until I was 24. Like I can't compete with that. And perhaps even Ebony, because she didn't start until she was 30. And even though she had amateur fights, I think it was still under 30. So, you know, she was still not as experienced as anyone else. But, you know, like Ebony's a great inspiration because if she can do it, I can do it.
Of course, and anyone
Same
can,
with
to an
anyone.
extent. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was doing other things like bodybuilding before that, right?
Yeah,
So
she's
that
always been fit.
She found her path kind of later on in life, but yeah, I mean, if you inspire like any young girls into boxing, then I guess that's a good legacy to leave, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I've got a question down here. Did you get into a lot of fights at school?
Oh yeah, I was like a wannabe chav. I was like not a very nice person at school. Like
No
I just
way.
I was like fat, ugly, and ginger, and I was like, I think I was so insecure within myself. I just wanted to fight everyone, and I was kind of in with not the wrong crowd, but not the nicest kids. Like I'd always hang around with the people that smoked. I smoked. Like I was just such a wannabe chav. Like if you wanted this, I remember I had this fight in McDonald's because the girl spat on me.
Oh, that's a good enough
Yeah.
reason to fight someone.
I know.
If ever there's a provocation, getting spat on, I think. Yeah,
I know.
I think
And then me and my sister had a fight in school as well. We were like pulling each other's hair. Like, I mean, it wasn't like boxing. I was like, you know, 1-2. Like,
But
it was
you-
more like catty.
You didn't run away from a scrap.
No. I loved it. And I feel like as I've got older, I've been way less confrontational. But, you know, it's good that I think, oh, you know, I'm 24. Let's go to the ring now. So.
Where did you grow up then? In Surrey or
No,
London?
Portsmouth.
Oh, down in Portsmouth. Okay,
Portsmouth, yeah.
well that explains a lot.
Yeah,
to be
could
fair.
take the girl out of Portsmouth.
Yeah,
I can't take Portsmouth out of the girl.
Yeah, it's quite a rough city, isn't it? To be fair. So, but yeah, I've got a friend from Portsmouth. He said every day after school he had to fight his way home.
Yeah, honestly,
that's how it gets.
like, and the school fights and everything, it was just crazy, but it was fun. It was an experience. I wouldn't change my childhood for anything.
No, prepared you for what you're doing now.
Exactly.
That's good stuff. Do you feel like going into boxing has boosted your OnlyFans profile and kind of vice versa? Do you think they kind of intertwine perfectly?
Yeah, I think not majorly. Like I haven't seen like a 2x or, you know, anything like that. It definitely has, but it's good that I can still upkeep my OnlyFans and box at the same time. They're very like hand in hand. So I've already grown my OnlyFans, whereas you know, with other content creators, they're having to take a major hit on their content creation because they're like, damn, boxing's really hard. You know, you have to work at it for hours and then they're tired and that kind of thing. But you know, at the moment they're very not easy because it's not easy, but they work well together. So I don't have to lose one for the other.
Yeah, so
They
kind
don't
of
conflict.
interchangeably. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
complement
people,
each other.
and now everyone's like, oh my God, you're a boxer, that's so hot. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, like, it was easy before. I guess like both
Yeah.
have their hard parts and their rewards as well.
Exactly.
So, who are your favorite OnlyFans content creators of the moment? Apart from yourself, obviously.
Favorite ones.
Yeah. Do you have any favorites? Male, female,
Favorites.
both?
Who
Couples?
do I look up to? Lauren Alexis is great. She's my friend. Like, she's really great. I look up to her. She does great on YouTube. She's an OnlyFans creator. She's really unique within her style. So I think that's really like admirable. Ebony, because she's just started her OnlyFans. And I mean, she is killing it. And I'm so proud of her. And, you know, she couldn't have smashed the way she promoted it like any more than she did. Like the weigh-in, the tattoo, revealing it, like absolutely smashing O'Connell. Like that couldn't have gone any better for her. So I'm like, damn, like I'm proud.
Coming straight for your crown.
Yeah, no.
You're in like the top 0.00001%.
Yeah, 0.01. But no, she got that pretty quickly too. So, you know, it's a crazy world. And there's so many OnlyFans creators that I look up to and appreciate.
Good stuff. But in terms of, obviously you must watch England matches and stuff, like the last World Cup, did pretty well. This is a bit of a curveball. If you had to pick the top 5 hottest England players, I'm guessing you're going to go with Man City players to start.
Yeah, I'm like, Grealish, Foden, Stones.
Stones,
Mount.
Carl Walker.
Oh, Walker. Yeah, there you go. There's
Right,
5
okay.
already.
No,
But there's 4 of them are
Sure.
City players.
Okay. We're banning
But
City
Mount
players.
is hot.
Mason Mount.
Yeah, he is hot.
Free
He
agent
is
this
hot.
summer, potentially. Could be on the move.
Imagine, I don't think he'll come to see him, will he? But
You
you don't need him.
Yeah.
Don't really need him. There's a bench that looks nice.
Go and sit over there.
I feel like that's something that Pep would do.
£50 million.
Here you go.
Yeah, stop Arsenal and Liverpool getting him.
I know. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like that's what it is. But everyone has money nowadays. Maybe like Newcastle, like, come.
Big game for Man City tonight. Are you watching Real Madrid?
I know. I'm going in Wembley later, so I think I'm gonna have to find somewhere. The thing with traveling. I remember for my last fight, we were like trying to watch somewhere to watch it. So we're going into like the most divey bars, and we're like, and we're like, can you put it on? Because they've got like different screens on and different. Oh, it's chaotic. So yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. Good stuff. Do you have, obviously the treble is still on for Man City, the Premier League's looking good now, FA Cup final against Man United,
yeah,
and potentially the Champions League as well. Do you have a planned celebration, like something out there? If Man, say they'd win the treble, go up to the Etihad and maybe...
Of course, I'd love to be with my fans, but it's just my fans, the fans. But it's they're all my fans. Hello.
I think it's a nice.
It's like a community, and I know. And I'm friends with so many of them, and it's like a family. And it's hard with the boxing because I have had to I used to go to so many more games, but when you're having to work out at Raynham on Saturday morning, it's hard. You can't just travel, and you've got one day on a Sunday. The last thing you want to do is drive 8 hours round trip to go to the games and that kind of thing. So, but the 10th of June is the Champions League final, right?
Yep.
And that's the date that Johnny Fisher is fighting. So I'm like a bit like, do I pledge my allegiance? But, I don't know what to go to Turkey and go to that one. So I'd love to. But it's just before my fight, and obviously that's a lot of traveling and that kind of thing. So we'll have to plan it.
Have to plan it out. Of the Man City fans, like if Man City win the treble, Elle Brooke is going to.
I know that's pretty. You can't get any bigger than that. So no, I don't know. Maybe I could do something with I'm like, Haaland, be in my TikTok, please. Imagine that would never happen.
Skydiving.
Skydiving. Oh my God, I'm petrified of heights. Okay, I'm petrified of over the Etihad. Get me banned for life. Imagine. I've always thought about pitch invading, but I'm like, I don't want to get banned because you genuinely do get banned, don't you?
I'm not sure they ban you though.
Yeah. Oh my God, I think they'd set a precedence.
You reckon?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Do you not think?
Sheikh Mansour? No.
Yeah. We love OF girls.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we'd have to get Jack Grealish to
I'd have to go around with a petition at the training ground, getting a signature, every single one.
Sign my petition.
No. And my shirt, please.
That could be good. We'll wait and see. But,
nothing crazy for the time being. I know Ash should always post a video, doesn't she? But
she posted one recently after Chelsea lost their 6th match in a row, just having a bit of a meltdown.
I know.
I hate this team.
I know. You're like too emotional right now. I wouldn't know. I don't have that problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Man City, you don't have that. Yeah, winning every week. But you probably get asked this a lot, but do you ever get any Man United fans, or Man United players or fans, probably a lot of fans, players in your DMs?
Have I? I don't think I've ever had a Man United player in my DMs. So. But basically, I used to have a lot more footballers in my DMs until I made this TikTok, being like, this person is slid into my DMs. And now no one DMs me. I've shot myself in the foot. Why did I have to be such a loudmouth for views? Not as I wouldn't date them or go on dates with them anyway. But still, I've shot myself in the foot. But Man United fans, yes, of course. I don't think, they're not too petty to be like. I mean, some send me hate, lots of hate, but some still love me.
About your haters,
yeah. I have so many haters.
How do you deal with it? Do you just
block, I know.
Just air it out, just leave it, or you actually engage?
You know what? I used to read a lot of hate comments, and everyone used to be like, just don't read them. I'm like, easier said than done. You want to see not just hate comments, you want to read the comments, you want to read the good, the bad, you want to have feedback and that kind of thing. But if you stop reading them, your feelings don't get hurt, because you can have 100 nice compliments, but that one thing that was an insecurity or you didn't want to hear, that's the one you remember all day. So I've really struggled. I don't read my comments anymore because it just upsets me. So it's easier to block it out. The amount of times I get called Brock Lesnar a day, how is that still a thing?
What? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I always think that one kid a year ago must have commented Brock Lesnar, and now everyone calls me Brock Lesnar. I'm like,
well, because of Brooke. You reckon?
no, it's because like he's like butch man, like without makeup on. There's like a meme that looks like him. So yeah, it's funny, but you know, you got to be lighthearted about it as well. Like you know, like no one has ever written a hate comment about me that is more successful than me. Like when you think about that,
it just fuels the fire.
it's just kids behind fake profile pictures.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, sorry, my mom like raised me right not to write anything mean about people. Like, you do you.
Yeah. Your hair is looking resplendent today.
I just washed it.
Okay, it's lovely.
I just washed it.
Do you see Erling Haaland with his hair? He had it out. He normally has it up, didn't he? But
Yeah,
against Arsenal, it must have come out,
stunning.
and then he scored a goal with his hair down.
Do you reckon it's good luck?
I don't know. I'm starting to think.
It's like the Norwegian, like
a big undercut, just like a kind of Viking, didn't he?
Yeah. I actually did a DNA test to see if I was a Viking because I was persuaded I was a Viking. This is a bit off topic.
What did it come back as?
Not a Viking. I am 1/3 Irish, 1/3 English, and 1/3 German. I was like, that is so shit genes. I was really disappointed. I thought I was going to be like Swedish, like Slovakian, Russian, like really exotic. No, I'm so unexotic. And then I saw an Andrew Tate video and he was like, being British, you know, like we conquered the world and we're an island. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm proud of you. Yeah. But no, I was really disappointed. I was like, oh, I wish I had some cool genes.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Everything. I'm not sure. We're talking about hair, and then we got into jeans.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
What about Pep Guardiola? Do you think he's jealous of Mikel Arteta's hair?
Do you know? Because I think Pep looks really hot, bold.
As a ball guy.
Like he suits it. He's stunning, isn't he? But even now on what he used to look like, he's absolutely stunning. But yeah, no, he's like a Spanish king. You can't. In no way he's jealous. Maybe he's jealous of like Klopp's teeth, but then he can just pay for them.
I think, Klopp's teeth are fake, aren't they? Yeah.
They're very fake.
Very fake, yeah, too bright. Remember Roberto Firmino with his like gleaming white teeth.
I think as soon as like people get money or like that kind of thing, they're just like, yes, veneers.
Yeah.
So many celebrities do it, but it's kind of tacky now because you can go to Turkey and get it for like a few grand.
They have to actually file your teeth down first, though, do they?
Yes, like little.
That's not
little
stumps.
Yeah.
So then what happens? Then you just stick them on and then that's it.
But I always think if you have money now, like that's okay, you can fix it. But like in 10 years' time, if they all start coming out,
runs out.
Yeah, like, or if you have your teeth done in Turkey, and one pops off, like are you just gonna go see like Gatwick and get a flight?
That's a very good question.
Yeah,
like things people don't think about.
I know, like it's more expensive in the UK, but if one falls off, it's a very long trip.
Let's get back to the topic of fighting and being in the ring.
Yes.
If the WWE wrestling ever came calling, did you used to watch it back in the day? Are you a fan?
No, I knew what it was, but I was never like a religious like WWE, fan. But no, I'd absolutely love to do it. I mean, I'd love to fight Ronda Rousey one day. I think I'm definitely not at her level right now, but that's something to, to work towards. It should ever fight me. I mean, she'd probably want millions. I'm not famous enough to do that, but sky's the limit. Yeah, sky's the limit.
I bet you she knows who you are. I bet you're on her radar.
Yeah, because I'm like, I want to fight you. She's probably thinking, this bitch.
I wonder, like, in terms of wrestling, obviously that's a totally different ballgame to boxing.
Yeah.
But you're an athletic person. You're in the gym every day.
Yeah.
Do they do any? Obviously, it's a boxing gym, but if there are any wrestling gyms around here, would you give it a go?
I would. Yeah, I would love to. I think I always watch like so many fights on my TikTok feed. So like a lot of like the clips come up and it does look really interesting. Like it doesn't look too like aggressive. Like you don't try to kill each other. Is it? You have to get them out of the circle or something.
Pin them.
Pin them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or get them counted out.
Yeah. Like it's interesting. Yeah. Maybe if I did MMA.
Wait and see. Yeah. There's so many options down the line.
No, I'm not doing MMA. Imagine like an elbow to the face. I'm okay.
Yeah, you don't.
No, or a knee.
I wouldn't damage that. Yeah.
But like imagine like a kick to the head. You'd be like, oh, wasn't expecting that.
It does look pretty brutal.
It does.
Brutal. You talked about Ebony earlier.
Yes.
Obviously, she's an inspiration and a good friend of yours. I don't know what the weight differences, but would you ever fight her? Or
yeah, we're the same way.
The same way?
We're exactly the same. If you put us next to each other, like, we're basically like twins, like our structure, everything. I mean, I'd absolutely love to fight her. She'd beat the crap out of me right now. Maybe I'll do like what boxers do, like misfit styles and influencer boxers. Like, let's wait for Ebony to turn 45,
Right.
and then I will fight her. Yes.
When the time is right.
And then in 10 years' time, I'll be like, yeah. So that's the plan. I'll fight her in 10 years' time.
Okay, there you go, Ebony. Just wait 10 years.
Oh no, did I just call her out?
Sounds like it, but okay, fair. In terms of other like female or male influencers or boxers, you got beef with anyone? Is anyone you're looking to call out?
Looking to call out. Yeah, no, I think it's hard because the tournament, I know I've already got like 2 more fights lined up. So above that, there's not many other people in the industry that I'm looking at. Like Astrid would be the one that I definitely want because she's the one with the belt and she's the one to beat right now. But other than that, I'm not threatened by anyone. I know that sounds really rude, but
no, that's
not
it.
threatened
That's
by anyone.
confidence. Well, there we have it. Astrid Wet, Elle Brooke's coming for you.
One day.
Watch out. In terms of like Jake Paul and KSI's fighting soon, do you look up to them as inspirations, or are you just happy doing your own thing?
Yeah, I think 100%. Like, you can see how hard Jake Paul has worked, and even though things didn't go his way his last fight, like you can see that, you know, he was a YouTuber. He started really late, and how well he's progressed and that kind of thing. And the same with KSI. Like, they're both stepping it up. They're both Jake fought Tommy, and now KSI is fighting Joe Fournier. You know, they're both challenging themselves, and you know, to do that in front of a crowd, in front of, you know, millions of people with the risk of embarrassing yourself, of course that's great. And I think that's such an inspiration for me and other, you know, like, their audience is like a lot of like teenagers and like people growing up, and you know, if they can do it, then they can. So if they can do it, they can. So you know, it's some great stuff.
Yeah, great words. I think that's a nice angle to finish it on. Wraps it up well. Elle Brooke, been a pleasure.
Thank you for
your time.
having me.